Hi there, I'm Ursula Fate. Let's have a little chat about the role of the body in healing trauma. Trauma is defined as occurring whenever an event exceeds our ability to cope with it. So whatever occurs when we don't have the resources, it doesn't get fully processed and it is stored in our body for later. Now, when there is no later opportunity to safely process and complete this event, then it stays stuck in the body. So the information relating to that time will keep getting referenced and also by the nervous system, and also the toxic load will start to erode our health. Trauma is also a factor that underpins a lot of mental health issues and addictions. And if we really want to start helping in these areas, then we need to begin addressing that trauma. Now, we can use talk therapies, which is traditionally used. It's great to acknowledge and understand our stories and to create strategies to cope. But talk alone is really limited in its capacity to actually heal anything. Trauma anyway. So all of the problematic behaviours and symptoms that we observe following trauma are driven by a dysregulated nervous system and dysregulated emotions. So we must work directly at these levels. When we do work directly with the body and the nervous system, we help it to regulate, to complete these experiences and to release that cellular memory. It's kind of like cleaning out your computer. When we clean out all of the corrupted and the fragmented files, then it's able to work better, yes? So being able to connect with and feel our big emotions is also a key. Now, if you are experiencing trauma symptoms, even if you don't know why, then you're literally walking around with a hijacked nervous system. So anytime it gets triggered, that's what's in charge. And it will overlay its reality that you're not safe over everything else. So that's not something you can just use your will to just get over it. You know, trauma symptoms are a physiological response to being pushed past your limits. It's not some sort of failing, it's literally there's no other option, you know, it's been wired into your biology. So when we understand this, it becomes really obvious that working with the body and the nervous system is necessary. And this is why myofascial work has been flagged as being so useful for trauma work. The fascia, which is essentially all of our connective tissue, it's part of the parasympathetic nervous system, the part that pulls us out of fight or flight. It's also an important communication channel for the body. It connects the whole body and it's where we store our trauma and our stress. So learning to work directly with these structures was a real game changer for me. Now, there's a perception that trauma work is heavy and really hard work, but in my experience, shifting it out of your system is usually just a real relief. We're pulling out what's stuck in your cells and your energy field. And this allows things like joy and lightness and love to come in and take its place. So from there, it's just about how clogged your system is, how fast it feels safe to shift things, and how attached you are to some of this stuff. So some people will need some patience, but others will find that they feel a big difference really quickly. Because we're also integrating all of your past talk work and any personal development that you may have done. So we're literally lightening the load. That's usually pretty joyful. So at the beginning of my career, I was a lot more concerned with pulling the trauma apart, understanding, you know, how it worked and the why and the what and the where of it. But these days I'm just a lot more interested in healing it. So what helps take the load off? And for me, working with the emotions and the nervous system do that the best.